Hello, everybody. My name is Tali. I am a product manager here at Support Logic, and today I'm going to talk to you about the case assignment. So let me start. So obviously, all of us doesn't want any cases. Let's start from the beginning, right? We don't want the cases. We want to solve the situation with the customer before it becomes a case. But once it's become a case, it's like a hot potato. We immediately want to assign it, resolve it, and make our customer happy. This is like #1 priority in the situation with the case. So now, who is the one that's going to take care of the case, right? We want to make sure that we pick the right expert, the agent that knows to resolve the case. We want to make sure that we do it very fast. We assign the case very fast, so it will start to be addressed right away. We want to make sure that the expertise that we put into the resolution of the case is the right one, so the customer will be happy at the end and hopefully will not open many more cases and everything will be okay. But we also want to be very fair with our agents. We want to make sure that we balance our work so we not overwhelm the agents, so not the same agent getting cases over and over again. So for me, it's like, if I think about it, it reminds me like kind of a human body. I have a heart that is pumping constantly. My cases are getting assigned every minute, every second, all the time. But then there is a brain here, like a support manager, that needs to make sure that the cases are assigned appropriately. So it's kind of a balance that all the time happening. And we're trying to find solution how to make it. So if we're looking holistically about how the case assignment made, we know that case assignment appear across 2 main dimensions. We have the manual assignment, and we have the automatic assignment. And we also have it through the push or through the pull. So let's take a few examples. So manual assignment via push, it's like a support manager that take a case and literally push it to the agent. You can imagine that in the scale, it can be a problem because the support manager cannot all the time just assign cases. But some organization does using this manual push concept. Very fast, we know that almost all organizations have some kind of automation around the case assignment. The common types of automation are round robin. Some organizations do skill-based assignment. Some of them using the metadata of the case. A kind of combination of all of this can be possible as well. Manual assignment through the pool is when we give our agents ability to cherry pick the cases they want. So you can imagine it also can be a little bit problematic because agent can pick only the easy cases or cases that he is more comfortable with. So not a very good option here. An automated pool is kind of more intelligent way when we help the agent to bring the cases that are suitable for him, but he still can cherry pick it. So I wanted to put out this chart so we will remember a little bit better, understand a little bit deeper what are the options for the case assignment when we go further. So I mentioned a few methods that we usually hear about them in the automated way. And those methods have a lot of problems and a lot of challenges. So some of them have bias in assignment. For example, the same agents getting bombarded with a lot of cases. Some of them has a misalignment with the skills. So we don't know exactly the skills, and we assigning the case, and then the case is stuck, and agent is suffering, and the customer is not happy, and all the subsequences of the event. Flexibility is obviously a challenge all the time. It's very hard to scale and make sure that the cases assigned constantly to the agents in the right volume. We're not overwhelming the agents, but we're not stuck with the cases. So the flexibility is a challenge. Plus, we have the limited scalability. As I mentioned, some solution just not built to scale when the amount of cases is growing. So all those known challenges and the solutions that we all familiar with. So how do we do it in support logic? So you will see that the solutions that we provide is a scalable, very AI-driven solutions that combined with a lot of smaller components. And those components help us to take all the applicable agents that can be for the particular case and narrow it down step by step until we find this individual agent that is the best agent for the case. So here you will see some elements that I will show and demo in a second. But what you need to understand is that we scan the agents and we find the most applicable agents based on a lot of parameters that the modules consume. But this is not even the best part. So obviously, we have the mechanisms that can make our assignment easy. But what is the best way of doing assignment? So a lot of customers will ask for auto-assignment. They want to make sure that all the cases assigned all the time. But all of us know that in some cases, auto-assignment is not the best solution. Sometimes we need this manual touch for particular customers, for particular use cases, particular SLA examples, etc. We will need this small channel of manual assignment in parallel. And this is the best thing that we at Support Logic trying to kind of comprehend is to provide both aspects of manual assignment and auto assignment that both leverage this AI mechanism and engine beneath. And in the combination of them, we can provide the solid platform of case assignment for the organization. Cases that can be fully automated, goes through the automatic route, and leverage the recommendation engine for auto assignment, and manual assignment cases that require a little bit more manual assignment will land on the board when the manager can go and manually assign those cases, but still have the agent recommendations for the agents that are best for those cases. So how do we do it, right? You're talking about all those components and all this stuff. So we in Support Logic maintaining a 5-pillar kind of agent recommendation infrastructure. Each one of them is packed with a lot of modules and a lot of logic. There is a lot of combinations also between those pillars, which help us to bring all this together. There is also some small combinations of small modules that are coming around. We didn't want to mention them right away because it's just a lot. So we just want to focus on the 5 main pillars. Time overlap, skills match, customer experience, bandwidth, and assignment balance. So let's deep dive in each one of them. Time overlap. Time overlap is one of the main or key features that we need in order to resolve case successfully. We need to make sure that the agent that is taking the case is available for this case at the moment when the reporter is asking for help. We don't want to assign case to agents that will pick up the case a few days later. We want to make sure that whenever is agent getting the case, he can ask the questions, reply to the customer, and collaborate in any possible aspect in order to resolve this case quickly. So how do we identify this time overlap? For the agents that working in our organization, we're using the shift management. When we assign those agents in the shifts, shifts have assignment hours, and this is how we're leveraging the understanding of what agent supposed to be assigned over what hours. Sometimes we don't have this privilege because the agents are not assigned to shifts or there is any other combination. Then we do some prediction over it. This is when the AI involved. We predict based on the agent activity what will be the assignment hours for this agent. Similarly, for the reporter, the customer, we're using the prediction module in order to understand when usually this reporter is applying the cases, and this how we merge between the two. The higher the overlap, the higher the score, and obviously we can do it over the last, we are predicting next 24 hours. So if there is a weekend in the middle, we will skip the weekend as well. So we just want to make sure that we fully cover in 24 hours of the assignment. We also take into the account the out of the office hours. So if agents are not available during period of time, we want to make sure that we're taking it into account. The out of the office hours can be managed in support logic. We have a calendar to manage this, but we also support it in the omni-channel for the Salesforce users. If we have this information in omni-channel, we can take it from there as well, so no need double work. The second pillar is the skills match. So we all know that the skills is the most important thing almost for the agent to resolve the case good and knowledgeable. So we want to make sure that the agent with the higher % of skills will get the case. We're leveraging 3 different modules to identify the skills. We have the case level skills, we have the agent level skills, and we have the matching skill. Those modules help us, based on the historical data, to understand what skills are relevant for the agent and apply those skills, match them with the case, and apply this logic together. Since the skills is something that is going and updated constantly, we cannot just do it once. So we're doing it on the monthly cadence, and we're constantly recalculating those skills. With this mechanism in place and the weightings that we have in the middle, in the UI, we're showing the top 5 skills that can be visible and can explain the calculation. But we're also hearing from our customers that some use cases, it's not enough to have the skills from the historical data. One of the good examples is the new hires, right? When we have a new customers coming, new agents, they usually onboarded into the system and doing some basic training, and their skills, their original skills, coming from those trainings. They don't have historical data. So a lot of customers are saying that those agents will be lacking on skills until they will gain the skills. So we heard this feedback many times, and now one of the items that we are currently releasing is the manual skills management. So using the ontology file, the same files that we have today, we will allow to add or remove skills on the agent level directly from the UI. In case we will need to adjust skills for some agents if they were not identified as we expect, or for those use cases when the agents are completely new, we will be able to tag them with the applicable skills manually. Customer experience. Another very important parameter that we want to not miss is the experience that the agent has with the account that he is taking care of. So when the case is coming from account that is completely new to the agent, it can take some time to the agent until he will figure out all the details he needs. Therefore, we are looking for cases that already resolved from this account by this agent and trying to figure out, using AI, how much experience the agent has. The experience can be negative or the positive, and we want to make sure that we bring this together as well. We're using sentiments, we're using the scores on those cases, etc. And eventually we bring it into the percentage of the match on the customer experience. The baseline is 20%, just because we want to have also the negative impact. If the sentiment is negative in the cases that agent already worked on, the percent will go below 20. But if the customer experience is positive, because the agent worked on several cases and those cases had a good sentiment or good score or high score, the percentage will go higher on those cases. The fourth pillar is the bandwidth. So we obviously don't want to overwhelm our agents by assigning to them a lot of cases, so we want to balance this. The balance is also embedded into the mechanism of case assignment. We are having very configurable layer there. We're using both the priority and the status of the case to make sure that we can balance the bandwidth that's applicable for the customer. Every account, every customer has different variation of both statuses as well as priorities. And we want to make sure that we weight each one of individual options there appropriately. So eventually, when we're looking at the bandwidth and the calculation of the bandwidth for the agent, it will apply the right weighting and right distribution. So we will know that if we're going to assign or we're going to make the bandwidth available, the agent is literally can take more on his plate, and he is the right one in this scale for the assignment. The last point, the last big pillar is the assignment balance, or what we call, sometimes we will see it in the UI, penalty. So the penalty, it's not in order to punish the agent. It's not for this. What we're trying to do is to, again, balance the assignment in order to not assign constantly to the best agents the cases. So we don't want to make sure that agent is getting case over case over case, and the other agents that are maybe a little bit less applicable, and they're not getting the cases. So we're using small penalties that, again, configurable and weighted in order to make sure that if case assigned to the agent will get a little bit less weight and will be going down the recommendation engine. It's not that this agent will not be assigned. It just means that we are moving him a little bit down the row, so he will not be next in line for the next case. So eventually, you can see those pillars in the UI. We're showing all of them, and you can see those are the agents that are ranked. The AI modules altogether will calculate the total weight. You will see it on the upper right corner. And this is the most, the first in the list, this is the most applicable agent for the case. So how can we make sure that the steps that we are doing are for the case assignment are actually what will help us in the appropriate case assignment and not frustrate us because something is not working? We need to make sure that we have a strong keyword and skill ontology in place. Our support logic users can help with this. We have ontology files that is available for editing. We just need to make sure that the skills are in this file are up to what the expectations are. And we can always edit them, and now we will be always able to add those skills from the UI. So just take a look and see that they are up to what you expect. Virtual teams, it's the way of grouping the agents. Obviously, we can use the agents as is when we add them into the shifts or into the virtual queues. I will show it in a second. But virtual teams helping us organize those agents. So we don't need to deal with them one by one. We can create a group of users and put the users in the group. Shifts is the way to manage our assignment. Every shift that we create, we assign agents to it, and we define the hours. I will show it in the UI in a second. And virtual queues, those are the queues that help us to deal with the case assignment. We can create as many virtual queues as we need. Each virtual queue is a filter of cases. It's like a list of cases that are coming into this virtual queue, and we can assign the appropriate group of users into the queue, and this will mean that if the queue is automated, those cases that will keep coming into the queue will be automatically assigned to the agents that are linked to the queue based on the best available agent. Auto-assignment rules, it's something that we added last year. Those are the rules that are helping to make our auto-assignment a little bit more configurable. So we had a lot of challenges with just putting out the automation as is and trust the system. A lot of customers come with edge examples or edge scenarios that needed some twisting and tweaking. So we put several rules out to help with this definition. And the good news is that there are feedbacks that come in constantly more and more, and we're going to enhance this, and we're working on it right now even more. So a little bit more flexibility will come to the rules soon. So now just let me switch to the demo. You can see our assignment board. This is assignment board in the support logic system, and this is the place when manual assignment happens. So on the left side, you can see all the unassigned cases. You can bring them from the queues. Those are the queues we can design in the system. Those are just buckets of lists of cases that we want to interact with. And every case that you will see in the list will have those recommended agents coming right away on the screen. You can see first 3, but you can always open more options to see more. So if the queue has a group of agents and you want to see a little bit more than first 3, for any reason it is, you can come here and see. You also can, if you cannot find some agent and you don't understand why, if you click show all, you might bring more. Some of them might be not available because they are offline or out of the office, et cetera, et cetera. You can get to this information in the UI, so very explanatory. So the best what you can do is, for manual assignment, pick a case, select an agent, and assign the case. While you're assigning, you can send the message to the agent or to his manager or to whoever you need, and explain why the assignment is happening if needed. And that's it, like very easy. The recommendations are right in the screen, so you're not doing it blindly. You're just picking the virtual queue you want to focus on and go case by case in order to bring those recommended agents. It takes several seconds to bring recommendations, and then you can assign. Shift management is the page when we define those shifts. This is the one-time work. Theoretically, you don't need to do it constantly. Once you establish your shifts, agents will be already in the shifts, and the assignment hours will be taken from there. To create a new shift, you just go here, you give the shift a name, you can decide the time zone for the shift, you can decide assignment hours, working hours, they can be the same, they can be separate. And as a last step, you assign your agent, and again, you can assign individual agent or you can use the teams. And once the shift is on the screen, you can see, you can always edit it or delete it, and you can manage it. All the agents that are in the shift, they will be getting those assignment hours from this shift. Assignment queues is the page where we're managing the queues. Some of our customers have CRM queues that already exist in the CRM. You totally can use them. You don't need to create anything new. You just need to bring them using this button. You go here and you search for the CRM queue. It will come in the list, and you can add it and add agents. Or if you want to be more flexible, you go to the second tab, which is called virtual queues, and this is where you create those virtual queues, those lists. Again, the process is very similar. You go to create, and then you follow the wizard. You create your queue name. You can start it from the CRM queue. If you don't want to start it from scratch, you just grab the CRM queue. You can continue. You can add additional filters to the CRM queue. Those are the fields, and you can decide what you want to filter. And then you also can, if you want to focus on particular accounts, you can do it from here as well. Once you have a CRM, once you have a virtual queue, for example, here I created one for the urgent cases. you can click on the agent column and add agents or teams or organizations or groups that you want to assign to this virtual queue. This means that agents from those groups or those agents will be assigned when the cases will fall into the virtual queue. It will rotate and find the right agent from those agents, who is the most available and most capable. This is the one that will be suggested. Column auto-assignment is the column that turns on the assignment, the automation. So if you're not turning it on and you just create a queue, virtual or CRM queue, it will be available on the assignment board, and as I said, you can leverage it for the manual assignment. If you want to leverage the auto-assignment, you just simply turn it on, and the auto-assignment will kick off. Here, under the settings, you will have several rules that I mentioned them at the last slide. So you can explore the rules. Some people want to always have the queue cases assigned. The other want to do the opposite, never get them to assigned. So there is an option for this. Some people will prefer to perform round robin than to go to the auto assignment, to the ML assignment. So we can leverage the round robin settings. We have ability to limit the capacity agents for a day. So for example, we want to make sure that each agent that's going to be assigned will not get more than 5 cases a day. So this is the setting here for it. And we also can switch between the assignment and working hours. As I mentioned, on the shifts, when we add the agent, we can assign assignment and working hours for the agent. This is coming from there. So the bottom line, if everything is there and everything is working, you can see your last 3 days assignment in the assignment board under the recently assigned tab. All the cases that were assigned, both from our system or from the CRM, will be here. And you can always go to the 3 dots and pull the case assignment timeline to see the process of the assignment. So you see, for example, here, case was created, ACA is the auto-assignment was kicked off, case was auto-assigned to who and from what queue, et cetera, et cetera. Sometimes we are doing reassignment. You can also scroll on the screen itself and come to the auto-assignment. And when you pull it out, you will see the agent that was picked for the assignment. And you also can see all the agents that were there before, and we did not pick them. So you can actually check the mechanism and see why we picked one versus the other, etc., if you want to get a little bit more information. So with this, I will go back to the presentation and summarize with 2 last slides. This slide is about one of our customers, Coveo, and the numbers that we help them for the case assignment. As we all understand that the right case assignment, the successful case assignment, can save us a lot of time and a lot of money. It can make our customers much happy. And we can see Coveo did reduction, 53% of reduction in time resolution. We have a 56% reduction in escalations, so the customer is much happier. The case is resolved much faster and better quality. And we have also the same day resolution increase of 31%. So the key takeaways: intelligent case assignment is something that we all need, right? This is the bottom line. We need to make sure that our cases assigned intelligently, assigned quick, assigned to the right people. We want to make sure that the agents with the right skills addressing our cases, we want to make sure that they are getting it in the right balance. We want to make sure that we have the automation in place, but we also have some manual option for the use cases that are more gentle and need some manual touch. And we also want to make sure that we have some rules. So not everything is a black box, and not everything is AI and ML, we also have some rules in place in order to navigate some stuff around and help the machines to do the right decisions. Okay, that's it from my end. Thank you very much.